It's time to get this camera out of my table. It's not a part of my interior at all, it's just a creative mess around me. And this is probably the second part and logical extension for ICA watershed video. The first part, it's just POV video with no comments at all. First of all, I want to experiment with some content, having two videos about basically the same topic. But the first video, I used a lot of jump cuts, but it's anyway 20 plus minutes, so it's terribly long, and I decided, okay, why not? There's gonna be another part with talking head and some sort of context. ICA watershed, it's a pretty nice place near Boston. It's actually in Boston, Massachusetts. If you want to relax or just get a fresh air, that's pretty open for public. Sometimes they have showcasing some really interesting stuff inside. I have that terrible habit trying to kill 3 rabbits with one shot, but this time probably I did. I wanted to get some fresh air, I wanted to relax my eyes with some sort of manual lens, and I wanted to try out and probably compare two incomparable things. It's a terrible stupid idea to compare the Nikon D100 with the Kodak bridge camera with some sort of downside era of bridge cameras. So I'm not gonna Google or research when this camera came out. I'm not sure how it was positioned in the market. I just got some sort of opinion I want to share with somebody. I will put that video I'm talking about in the description. It's just POV. You can easily find out the spots with same or another lens working if you're curious about particular performance for Nikon with whatever lens or Kodak. But this video here just for my opinion on both of these cameras. For Nikon I used only manual lenses I had for, and it was D100. I'm looking right now on D80. Where is my 100? Here we go. So Nikon 100, for me it's a very special camera. I mean, it's super irrational, and I definitely will do, or maybe already did, post another video about this camera, because I love Nikon D100. Nikon D100 has a special place in my heart, and it's not something logical or whatever else, and there's gonna be few more videos with this camera, because it's awesome. And another camera I used that day on ICA is this EasyShare Z. EasyShare Z.
EasyShare Z5010, Z5010, EasyShare Z5010.
EasyShare Z5010. What kind of naming? It says it has 14 megapixels, 21x IS wide angle, whatever it means. IS probably it's kinda image stabilization. 21x it's kinda zoom. It says HD, it says Kodak. Mine is from a thrift store, and this camera surprised me in a very bad way. Well, probably some pictures in the beginning, I'm not 100% sure I took these pictures from exact spot I'm standing right now, just because I don't want edit that video again or touch it anyhow. Sorry if I was wrong, but basically you can get the idea what this camera can by looking at that video I'm talking about. I paid 16 bucks for this one. I just wanted this to be in my collection, check out how it works, because basically actually it looks like it was designed for its purpose. I mean, I really like design and I really love some design features. Maybe I will add some footage with what this camera can do in low light. It's terrible with low light, but with some sort of manual manipulation, I mean shutter speed first, I probably can get some nice looking pictures with this one. In general, I don't want to say this is piece of crap, but it is. I love some design features. Probably the first what I like, it's ergonomics. This camera is really designed to be used by human. I would not say I'm that kind of guru who tried every single camera on this planet, but without reading instructions, only looking on pictograms, it's Just took me 15 seconds to figure it out how it works, how to set up the settings I want. Even that I have missed this sticker on the selector ring. Just got some sort of understanding what I'm doing by looking on this little screen. Besides that, everything else in this camera just saying, starting from naming, I mean, just try to imagine how it sounds like. My favorite Z5010, the legendary Z5010. Most likely this camera never tried to be the flagman model. Probably it's just, you know, everyday entry-level whatever placeholder in someone's backpack or pocket. It is terrible with sunlight overdose. The screen, you literally have no chance to see what you're doing, and it's awful. I would say I expected much more, and it's definitely not the legendary codec I have in my mind when I'm thinking about the photography history or whatever. It's more likely the device than the camera. It's camera look-alike device, and I'm spending my time right now talking about this only to let my frustration out of my head. I don't know how much the cost was for this camera when it was actual model on the market, but right now 16 bucks. It's not that super awful like any ridiculously cheap super duper Chinese camera. No, it's not that kind of matter. It's much better than something like 4K camera for 20 bucks. No, it's not that bad, but it's bad. And on the other hand, I'm not trying to compare it. It's totally a stupid idea to compare these two cameras. I have D100, and D100 actually, it reminds the camera. I mean, after 20 years, it's more than actually 20. Its release date, if I remember, it was about 2002. So it's probably 20 plus years, but it reminds the camera. I'm not talking about the ergonomics at all, because I'm a Nikon guy. I can use whatever settings on this camera without looking at it at all. But what's wrong with screen? I mean, this little screen that probably a bit more than inch works better than this fancy big super screen on codec. I'm just super disappointed about this little one and get it out as fast as possible. But the Nikon saved that day to me. I used two manual lens. One of them remains attached to this camera, it's just 50 mils. Another one lens I used, this one, long range Vivitar. It has skylight filter on it. I don't want it to be here. So this is another cheap lens from thrift store, 10 bucks for fully manual. It's not in the best ever shape, so I see some dust inside. But this tube together with this Nikon, I definitely gonna use the photos I made for my Instagram, 400% sure. That's probably it. That's my opinion about these two cameras. If someone want to try photography as a hobby or just love bridge cameras as I do, avoid this thing. This is awful. This is terrible. I wish this one never existed on this planet, because this is very nicely designed camera that totally ruined by its technical features, like a screen that's totally useless, and probably not the best ever sensor. I guess it's small, most likely is CMOS, and it's not worth it. Retro digital and digital films, it's completely different story. I paid 40 bucks for this D100. If I used only the codec for that video, probably that codec camera-like device had a chance to ruin my day. Nikon saved it. If you want to see what I'm gonna do with that pictures, you can subscribe, you can follow my Instagram, and there is another video coming with this Nikon soon. Not sure how soon, but this is a completely different story. And thank you if anyhow you managed to reach this spot on my timeline. Peace.
I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah.